Hello and welcome to The Tech Boy, This Week in Tech podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the This Week in the Tech Boy podcast. Today we have lots to talk to you about especially about from our headlines and the video reactions today. And the Tesla Cybertruck came out, so it's very interesting. First, let's share this thing onto the website and every X and stuff like that. So let's see, copy link address. And we also got some new products this week. The Cobra walkie-talkies to test, and I was able to take them to the park today when I went geocaching, and unfortunately, the advertised range of 2 miles in the city and 25 miles in the wilderness did not work for me. So yeah, I started getting, about a quarter of a mile, I started getting static from the testers at home, and obviously, since we don't have 25 miles of wilderness to test out, we couldn't have fixed it like that. So we couldn't have tested that mode. But right now, it doesn't appear that the 25 nor the 2 mile radius appear to be active or working. Now, back to the specifications on the walkie-talkie. We have a micro USB port, a headphone jack, and then there's also Vox on here, unfortunately. Vox and the microphone for the spies in training only works when you put your mouth within 3 inches of the microphone. So you cannot bug a room with this walkie-talkie unless the person's like talking right into said walkie-talkie. But for our budding spies in training, and of course our lovable OSINT researchers, we do have a very special here, which honestly, the Tech Boy has been, winning based on these article counts here, where Samsung M8 vs M7 is no longer the number one most popular article all over the place. So Samsung One UI 6.0, which we can talk about later, fixed and broke secure folder. But finding usernames and addresses with search.ot.rocks has gotten hundreds, probably thousands of views now. What is that? Hundreds, probably thousands of views now. And this is essentially software. We can find someone's addresses and records, etc., just from a just from an email address. It's completely legal. It's not on the dark net or anything, and it's called search.ot.rocks. And you can just type in an email address or a VIN or a license plate in here. So honestly, budding OSINT researchers, I would highly recommend this tool. They don't have anything like more recent here. So let's say I tested some email addresses like from me since I'm like younger, and there wasn't that much information there. But for people, let's say over the age of 30, at least it should be there. Or if the people have been involved in database leaks, it should also be there. So yeah, I I think that this is a really interesting tool, and I would personally use it for ocean investigations, etc. And yeah, so let's talk about One UI 6.0. One UI 6.0 is really nice in my opinion. It's been feeling fluid most of the time. It did get a bit hot today. It did lag up today, but I don't know what that was. It could have been just because I had a day of editing for GNN news video for school, and the video editors were taking up RAM, and I was just, taking space up or something like that. Like RAM space. You know what I mean, like and also the videos could have been, all the space in there. But I do like the remaster and object erasure just come up when you swipe up now. The camera modes do feel a bit faster, and the camera modes feel a bit faster. In my opinion, like switching between the lenses feels more fluid. I like the notification shade, and the new panel doesn't bother me. I think it's good, Um, and then of course we got One UI 6 support for the protecting against OMG cables, which we talked about a few weeks ago. However, there are some problems here. So for secure folder, we do get a new scrolling vertical instead of horizontal app drawer, which whatever. Unfortunately, we cannot scroll scroll the apps things when you can see here. We can't scroll apps things when secure folder is um, so the bug where Chrome is effective though is has been fixed, so I can have Chrome on both instances working now. But still, I'm going to stick with Edge, and YouTube picture in picture is also working as well. Also, not secure for the One UI 6.0 also brought in a new feature. It upgraded the video editor. It's decent, I'd say, but it's still linear. You can't add things really on top. You can't really add other videos on top, and that's it for the gallery application. Oh, speaking of gallery application, the Samsung Videos application is being depreciated for this version, Android 14 of Android. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Oh, and just personal news back. I was talking about Android. I am back to Android. Of course, Android 14 with my widgets and stuff. I'm not using Microsoft Launcher anymore. Right now, I'm using just regular stock launcher for Samsung. And yeah, so if anyone has any questions about that, or we can get back into our first video, which we're going to be talking about AI, of course, and the Sports Illustrated thing. And yeah, I'm also happy to announce or report that, of course, um, not keyboard, uh, connecting phone via USB still works, unless of course I have the OMG thing turned off. Of course, it's not going to accept commands via USB, but I think it will transfer files via USB. And good guardians and good luck. The applications do need updates. They need updates to like work with the new software for Android 14 and One UI 6.0. But they yeah, so they need to update for One UI 6.0, but most of the features still work. Unfortunately for Samsung, I did hear that Samsung isn't including what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. OLED like burn-in protection in the software. I don't know why. Maybe they don't think it needs it because we'll be using it so many times or something. I'm not sure, but it was kind of funny that graphic that the Jerusalem Post showed for that article. When they were showing the article, it was an image of the Galaxy S7 Edge, which is kind of funny because uh wouldn't be getting that phone anyway. So oh wow, that's a nice background. Let's see. Let's see if I can change another one. This is orange. And Oh, here we go. That's a good background. Okay, so yeah, so One UI 6.0 for a pretty good update. The camera features, stay the same, but there's like different toggles for 12 megapixel and 50 megapixel mode on the settings here. Transitioning between the lenses seems faster, and yeah, that's basically it for pictures and videos. Oh, there's now a new stable stability bar on here, kind of like on the Google Pixel. And hello to my first visitor here. So now we have to, we're going to talk about this video where we're going to talk about Sports Illustrated got caught using AI in, what's it called? AI in in their articles. Yeah. But there's this thing, this problem, the take of the video that we're going to, and it honestly doesn't make any sense from a technological and honestly a legal point of view. So yeah, of course. We're gonna show it on screen soon. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna show this on the screen soon, so we just get past these ads. So it's muted. And of course, Mr. Who's the Boss ranked the smartphones of the year. So we got to talk about that, and then we'll talk about, I guess, the Elon Musk released the Tesla Cybertruck, and he apparently shot at it with the Tommy gun. So that's interesting, I guess. Let me see. Let me just see if this is the clip. Oh, that's an ad. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start at the 2-minute mark. Here we are sharing the tab, and let's put it into theater mode so we have the full viewing experience. And we're just going to like skip around a little bit. Let me make sure it's showing on the screen. Yes, it is. All right, let's play.
Draft, not just little videos like this, but entire articles. And more than that,
The video you're showing in context is apparently a video that didn't exist of Steph Curry. They faked the video or something like that, but it's kind of out of it.
they've been using AI to create fake authors as well, complete with fake biographies.
Yeah. I mean, if they were doing that and they admitted to it, I mean, that's fine, in my opinion, to have AI write an article with fake authors and fake biographies. As long as you disclose that it's AI, like you just can't like make up a person and not tell people. So yeah.
The outlet never disclosed any of this to its readers, obviously. So here, for example, is their biography of somebody named Drew Ortiz, who appears to be a white male with brown hair and blue eyes. Looks kind of like a normal guy. This is straight from Sports Illustrated's website. It says, quote, Drew has spent much of his life outdoors and is excited to guide you through his never-ending list of the best products to keep you from falling to the perils of nature.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense, honestly. Like, none. And if you look at the guy's face, I don't know if this is the YouTube. No, it's 720p, so this should be pretty good. I mean, there's no detail or texture in his hair at all. And apparently he's missing 2 front teeth. Interesting. Also, I think this guy, I mean, if you look at this thing here, he reviews outdoors, camping, backyard games, hunting, and fishing. And then the article that they show on the screen is him talking about the best volleyballs, which is hilarious. You'll see why.
Nowadays, there's rarely a weekend that goes by where Drew isn't out camping, hiking, or just back on his parents' farm.
That seems like
now, obviously, most of the biographies that you read online are stilted and fake like this. But even by that low standard, Drew Ortiz's bio is a little suspect. What does it mean to keep you from falling to the perils of nature exactly? It sounds a little bit morbid. And once you find out that AI was responsible for it, the perils of nature line starts to seem more than a little bit creepy. But you're not supposed to dwell on Drew's biography. Instead, you're supposed to click on his articles because that's how Sports Illustrated makes money. And once you do that, once you click the AI
Well, yeah, I mean, makes sense. And of course, here at the Tech Boy, we are upfront and honest about our use of AI in articles. In fact, if this slow computer would, there you go, show here, one of our top articles was the boosting content creation and productivity, unleashing the power of AI with the Tech Boy. If you click through there, you can see how we use AI here. Now, we've never had AI like fully generate a story for us. However, we have had AI like fix our things here. We used to use ChatGPT. Copilot seems to be working out great for us too, and it's easy just to click on right over there. So we're going to kind of take offense of what he's about to say here soon. But here we go.
generated clickbait. Here's what you'll find. One of Ortiz's articles, which was originally published last year, is entitled "Play Like a Pro with the Best Full-Size Volleyballs." And the point of this article is to advertise a series of volleyballs so that Sports Illustrated can get a kickback when people click on the links. And
the way he says that makes it sound like illegal, but all he's describing as affiliate marketing, which is completely legal, and we look to get into it soon. So yeah, once we eligible to pay taxes and stuff.
Buy volleyballs, which is pretty standard in digital media, as you probably have noticed. The Drew Ortiz artificial intelligence, for its part, was tasked with writing a paragraph to introduce.
I mean, if you're just trying to sell volleyballs, I mean, there's more important things in the sports world. So I guess if you wanted to hand over your affiliate marketing wing just to all of AI, I mean, that would be completely fine. Like, I'd be fine with that.
All of these affiliate links. And here's what Drew came up with. Here's what the AI came up with for one of the volleyballs. Quote, "Volleyball is one of the most popular sports in the world, and for good reason. It's fast-paced, has a high skill ceiling, and is generally an exciting sport to both play and watch."
Okay. Now, if they said something, that's probably true.
Even people who don't watch sports can easily understand the intensity and skill required to play volleyball whenever they watch clips.
That sentence doesn't make sense. People who don't watch sports don't really watch clips of sports. So, but sure.
There's a reason why it's been such a mainstay in modern sports to this day. Volleyball can be a little tricky to get into, especially without an actual ball to practice with.
Now, for some of you who don't watch sports at all, volleyball is near impossible to play without said ball. Okay. I mean, it would be easier to play volleyball with just the ball and to not have a net. Okay, you could just draw a line in the ground. But without a ball in volleyball, I mean, you can't do much. Okay, I noticed in a tech podcast, and some people are very shocked for some reason to find out that I like sports. Volleyball's not like one of my favorite sports, but football is. But like, I understand the basics of volleyball and have played it non-professionally, like before, like for fun. It's near impossible to play volleyball without said ball. Like you can play it without a net. You just hit it over a line or something, and then you have a set height on a wall. You can even play with just two people, but you kind of need to have a ball to play volleyball. The same thing goes for football, because if you don't have a football when you're playing football, you're just basically playing tackle edition. Same thing for soccer. Well, technically, you don't really need a soccer ball if you get one of those hoverboard soccer balls. And also for tennis, unless you get one of those like sharper image or ping pong, laser tennis / ping pong, whatever, projectors. So yes, you do need a ball to play volleyball. Breaking news from the TechBoy Media.
Now, up until that last line, you could see why somebody might be fooled into thinking that Drew Ortiz is a real person. He comes across as maybe an earnest guy just trying to explain why he loves volleyball in as many words as possible. But towards the end, Drew enters the uncanny valley by saying that volleyball can be a little tricky to get into, especially without an actual ball to practice. Well, that's kind of an understatement, Drew. It's a bit like saying water polo is hard to get into without water, or cooking is hard to do without food. It's the kind of
I'd say it's probably easier to cook without food than it is to play volleyball without a ball. Okay, I mean, maybe you can play with the rock or something. I don't know.
thing that no human being would ever actually say. So, needless to say, the AI,
Looks like something I would say though. Oops.
known as Drew Ortiz, wasn't exactly producing the most compelling copy. We can assume that very few people bought volleyballs on Drew's professional recommendation, and that could be.
I wonder if there's a way you can check. I mean, I know, like, if I worked for SI, I could check the back end to see the affiliate marketing statistics. But I wonder if there's a way that public people could check, because that'd be really funny and nice to see how the affiliate marketing came with that terrible article.
Be why
terrible intro.
Sometime this summer, Sports Illustrated quietly replaced Ortiz with another AI. And this time, the name for the AI changed from Drew Ortiz.
I wonder if they changed the chatbots, so they went from, say, Freedom GPT to Chat GPT or Copilot, or it didn't exist, but let's say it did, to Chat GPT, and then they replaced it with the woman or something like that, or if they paid for their own AI or built their own in-house AI.
Ortiz to Sora Tanaka. Who is Sora Tanaka? Well, let's see. According to her biography on Sports Illustrated website, quote, Sora has always been a fitness guru and loves to try different foods and drinks. She is fond of varying
Again, with the low texture hair.
Her workouts and believes that everyone should participate in some form of physical or mental activity at least 3 times per week.
Why is the exclamation mark?
I just read that last part again. She believes everyone should participate.
I don't know what that means by participate in some type of physical or mental activity. Hopefully mental activity doesn't mean like, thinking for yourself, because I participate in mental activity like all the time unless I'm sleeping. And I'm hyperactively planning things school-wise, tech-wise, etc. Now mental activity means like, and this is not an endorsement of the thing, so my current audience doesn't like flip. Like meditation, I don't know if that would be a mental engagement. And if by physical, if you mean like walking, then yeah, I'd hope that you walk 3 times a week. But if you mean like, actual physical, like running, biking, mountain climbing, or something like that, then sure. So it depends on how that sentence is being read or taken.
Participate in some sort of physical or mental activity at least 3 times per week. So talk about the soft bigotry of low expectations. We can infer from this that AI doesn't exactly have a high opinion of humans if this is the bar it's setting for us.
I mean, this lady does sound like some random fitness influencer that you could find on YMCA, or I don't know, like some food blog or something like that. Enjoys fitness and thinks they used to do this. The way AI works, it just scrapes the data from the internet and basically tries to predict what's going to come next. So that's probably just your typical lady blogger from a food website or something like that got added to a sports website. Or a typical lady blogger from a sports website that got added to, etc.
Just use your body or your mind 3 times a week is all. Let's just start there, AI is saying to the human race. And I'd like to think anyway, that robots are underestimating us here, but I don't think that they are, most likely. At this point, it's important to mention that Sports Illustrated didn't just have AI-generated articles and fake biographies and fake writers. They also generated fake headshots for these writers. They generated images out of thin air for people who don't exist and who they were claiming were writing articles that were not written by any human at all. Both Tanaka and Ortiz had...
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I've used it to like scam bait people before. Like I generated like on thispersondoesnotexist.com, you can download an image. A screenshot, actually, because if you download an image, it actually downloads from the server, but refresh it. So I screenshot an image of like a fake kid or something like that, or made one of the people into a kid or something like that, and then send it to the person because they wanted to see my license or something like that. So I made a fake license. So yeah, AI generated images for the web.
had these AI-produced headshots. And we know that because the headshots were available for sale on an online marketplace that sells AI headshots.
That's just kind of lazy. I mean, you might as well just buy like some random headshot off of iStock.
Shots, because that's something that exists now, apparently.
So, I mean, that's capitalism for the win. Think about that. Think about that. AI-generated headshots, and you can pay for them. That's a genius plan. Think about it. You just type in what you want onto the website, right? Or you just like buy a face off the website, and you just have different categories by gender and race, and done. That's like smart. And you only have to have like say 1,000 of them, host them on a server, right? $4.99, and then you charge say, I don't know, $5 per image. You'll be making insane amounts of money depending on the amount of traffic that you get. That's a great business opportunity. I mean, we should have thought of that.
And eventually, after they were confronted by futurism, Sports Illustrated took all these articles down and the
What's futurism? Let's see. Yes, I am. Science, technology, news, and videos. Interesting. I wonder how much science and technology is on the website. You know, certain science and technology websites that shall be mentioned on the podcast. Here we go. Report to TheTechBoy.org. Certain science and technology websites like I don't know, The Verge. Yeah, them. Forgot about talking about science and technology. Go click the link if you want to know more.
Headshots down, and they scrubbed it all from their website. Now, in a statement, the company blamed a contractor for all this. They denied that the articles were written by AI, although they didn't deny that the headshots were AI generated. So I guess...
I mean, sure, I guess it's a new way of going anonymous. Or the people's, like those are real people whose pictures were taken and then they edited it with AI and fixed it up and like removed the background with AI. So I guess it'd be like AI assisted. So there is a way for that.
They're claiming that there were real people who wrote the articles, but they made up fake people to say wrote them. I don't exactly understand that. They also claim that editors carefully review all the content that's uploaded.
Yes, of course. So if that is true, then they should fire the editors for the volleyball article and the guy's bio. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
And that's a claim that several other websites and media outlets have made in the past when similar things have surfaced about them. CNET, for example, insisted that while it was using AI to draft articles, editors were carefully fact-checking every detail prior to publication.
Unlike CNET, TheTechBoy, as you can go click through in the article, we don't generate complete articles in there, so we type it in because like ChatGPT is from 2021. So like if I wanted to talk about say the S24, it's gonna be like terrible. If I might try talking about like some pickup truck or something like that. So we write our own articles and have an edit. So it's basically like hyper advanced Grammarly. Which is different than having AI write your articles because they could get stuff wrong there. Now sometimes AI may try to change the facts of the articles or change like the way the articles are written, but there's ways you can tweak it in there, like adding special instructions or my little outro that we have like standard for the Tech Boy now says, "God bless, Tech Talk to you and Tech Talk to you later." It tries to change it to something that doesn't have anything to do with God or something and changes Tech Talk to you later to something else. So sometimes we'll just leave that out. Yeah, so that's completely different. Not like mocking it. I mean, we've thought about generating articles with AI before because sometimes there's not that many things happening in tech news, and we try to like produce at least 2 articles per week. But if we were to generate an article with AI, we do it with fanfare and be like, this is our first ever AI generated article. However, one thing, AI is not satanic. Okay, so it's a computer program.
Well, how did that work out? A few months ago, CNET published an article claiming that a $10,000 deposit in a savings account earning a 3% APY would return $10,300 in profit after the first year. which you don't have to be a math whiz to know that's off by about $10,000. CNET later appended a correction to the article. Somehow this slipped by the fact checkers. I don't know. Bankrate, one of CNET's sister sites, has had the same problem. They claim that their editors carefully review AI-generated articles, but these articles are full of mistakes as well, including mathematical mistakes, which is the one thing you would think AI would always get right, but apparently.
Yeah. See, this. No offense to him, fan of him. You don't. That's not how AI works. AI is trained on language, so ChatGPT is actually not that good at math. There might be other like better math-based AIs, but it's more like being good at English, right? Being good at English doesn't mean that you'd be good at math, and vice versa. So no.
They don't. Using the internet.
Go on to make random claims about AI.
A performance that truly matters for each and every one.
Everyone can see this coming, and they know that it's bad. Labor, where we are.
Right, now here comes our tech reaction. Right now.
Is to use, just fire up the app and click one button to get protected. Your data is your business. Visit expressvpn.com/MattWalshShow. Use my link at expressvpn.com/MattWalshShow. So what do we make of all this? It's easy to mock outlets like CNET and Bankrate, whatever that is, and Sports Illustrated, which nobody reads anymore. But it's not hard to see where this is all heading. We are rapidly and willfully moving towards a dystopian world where AI does everything. And
no, we're not. No, we're not. AI does everything. Okay. You're gonna need to have someone to code the AI, fix the AI, fact check the AI, etc. But moving on.
And most human effort and labor has become redundant.
Okay. What do you want me to do about it? Ban AI?
Everyone can see this coming, and they know that it's bad.
No. Everyone cannot see this coming, and no, everyone does not know that it's bad because no one knows what you're talking about. Yes, you're saying that we're rapidly moving towards a future where AI controls everything, but you just said 3 minutes ago, ish, inside of like 3 articles where it wasn't getting math right, and it wasn't getting like the facts correct, and had the grammar of a 2-year-old. So I'm pretty sure we're not rapidly moving towards a dystopian future.
But of course, it seems like our leaders, none of them have the fortitude to do anything about it.
What do you expect them to do about it? Okay. Here we have this nice little graphic here. So yes, TechBoy 2024, 2044. What are you expecting me 20 years from now to do about it? Yes, let's ban AI. Okay. Like, how are you supposed to get that law passed?
And AI replacing Sports Illustrated writers is the least of our concerns in this regard. What
of course
happens when AI starts replacing, truck drivers and rideshare drivers?
Yes. That's not happening in 5 years. Okay. Second of all, this argument could have been made 100 years ago when cars started first coming out. Let's say Wilson, okay, Woodrow Wilson. Let's say Roosevelt was like, oh well, cars are going to replace the horse and carriage industry, so we need to regulate this. Or let's say in 1948, the president said, "Oh, computers are becoming a thing now." Or ish, and that's going to put the female computer people who did calculations like in their brain and on the hand and like on paper, out of business. So we need to regulate that. Let's say Reagan in the 80s was like, oh, the internet could become a thing soon. And that could put newspapers out of business. Well, I'm not saying that he probably would have said that because it wasn't really a thing. Let's say more advanced computers. What are you expecting? Okay, technological advancements drive change, right? And they may put people out of business, but of course they'll create new jobs. And I can guarantee you that truck drivers, 50% of truck drivers at least, will still have their jobs 5 years from now and will not be replaced by AI. Okay. I think it's level 4. Level 4 self-driving has not been attained yet, I believe. And especially for truck driving, which probably won't happen yet, especially since like where trucks drive, it's cold and electric vehicles don't do that well in the cold. Um, it so no, okay, no, okay. So back to our graphic here. Yeah. So TechBoy 2044. I don't think that my campaign is gonna be let's ban AI because that makes literally no sense at all. Um, and if every president banned technological advancements as they were coming in, because it might theoretically take jobs from people too fast, then we wouldn't be the country we are today. Like if Wilson banned cars, if Reagan banned computers, right? If Bush banned the internet or like heavily regulated it, then we wouldn't be where we are now. You probably wouldn't even be able to hear me or see me because we'd have a super regulated internet. We'd keep the newspaper publishers in business. Or like if automatic milk machines were banned or regulated, then we wouldn't have as much milk, which is important, I guess, and B, we wouldn't if it's just to keep milkers in business, like they can still have other jobs, like people who still have other jobs, and it will be a gradual phase. You're not gonna go to bed one day and you're a truck driver, and the other day all the truck drivers are replaced with AI-driven, robots. Let's say that you need thousands of trucks to replace the current fleet, which it's still like capable. They're not going to replace them with brand new AI electric grid trucks unless they, the old trucks are dying or they're forced. Right, back to the video.
These are jobs that a significant portion of the American middle class depend on in order to survive. What happens when Waymo and Cruise and Tesla manage to perfect their self-driving AIs? What happens then? And we're not there yet, of course. It'll likely be several more years until AI is capable of doing any of that. And it's still possible we'll eventually elect leaders in time who will do something to prevent the potential destruction of millions of jobs in this country.
Like what? Like what? Please. I would like you to lay out a plan in which, what kind of law are you going to write? You cannot use AI to supplement 25% of the business. Like computers, internet, right? Let's say I'm a researcher in the 1980s, okay? Who has to like go to the library and stuff. Like I hire a researcher to do research for me. Now I probably don't have to do that, or they have to research on the computer, right? What are you expecting? This happens all the time. When cars came out, the horse and carriage buggy people went out of business, but they were able to get, drive cars. I don't see what kind of law or legislation that could be implemented that would save the jobs without just outright banning AI. And banning AI would be a very bad thing for society since it's like embedded in everything. And I'm not talking about the AI that you see, like Google Bard, ChatGPT, the AI having Google search. I mean, the AI behind the scenes that's been happening now. Okay, 3 days ago it was ChatGPT's birthday, and that's basically the when the AI craze happened in November of 2022. But do you think AI was invented on November 30th, 2022? People are like, oh, behold, AI. Wow. No, it wasn't invented. We've had it for a long time. That's just when it became popular. And people were surviving in 2021. Okay, not that good of an example because COVID. Okay, people were surviving in 2019 and in 2018, and AI existed. Okay, um, robots existed. Okay, this technology existed. I'm pretty sure there are chatbots out there that existed. In 2016, Microsoft released a AI bot that was trained off of Twitter data, and then they took it down because it became racist or something. But still, that's proving the point that AI existed, back then. It just wasn't in the public consciousness. I mean, AI, as far back as say 1987, and a bite of applesauce is mentioned when Eugene, Mr. Whitaker, were talking to Mabel, which is fictional, but I mean AI was known about back then. So I, it just became popular due to ChatGPT being released November 30th. Happy birthday, ChatGPT, and probably because TikTok was it was getting promoted via TikTok because millions of students were using it to cheat on their DBQs.
All at once, which is where this is headed.
Of course, like I said, all the jobs will not be all replaced all at once. That's insane. You know how I know that? Because you're already predicting it, right? So these people, they have like a time to prepare for the AI apocalypse, which will not happen.
In the meantime, it's important to look closely at the jobs that AI is capable of replacing right now and what that says about these jobs and our culture at large at the moment.
No, it doesn't say anything about our culture. Okay, here's what it says. Okay, the job that is able to replace are English level jobs. Okay, driving is infinitely more complicated than writing a sentence about how Patrick Mahomes passed for 200 yards in the last game on Sunday. Okay, that's facts right there. Um, AI is trained on the vast data of the internet. Okay, so if AI is basically just replicating the style in which humans write. So if I'd say write a sports article about CJ Stroud and ChatGPT, it's going to give me a college article because 2021. But if I say that it's going to write within the style of which humans write, basically as an aggregate of all human sports writers of all time, inputted into spaced in, based, optimized for CEO, boom, and publish. It doesn't say anything about our culture or journalism or anything like that.
It's hard to deny that journalism, and sports journalism in particular, has become so vacuous and so pointless that it can easily be replaced by robots, and most readers don't even notice.
Well, yes, like I was saying, because it's trained upon the data that you put out there, right? So if sports writing was better, in his opinion, then the AI would be better because it's trained upon the data which is inputted. This is a fundamental disconnect on how AI works. Okay, so you put in something good by typing good stuff on the internet, and you'll get out something good from the AI because it's trained based on that same internet data.
It's generally not a good thing to replace human jobs with AI. I'm generally opposed to it.
I'm neutral, I guess. I mean, it would be unfortunate if my job got replaced via AI, unless, of course, I made the AI myself and I'm still making money. But, like, there'll still be jobs, out there, and new jobs will be created because of AI. Like, now there's this new job called a prompt generator, which you get paid to help generate great prompts for ChatGPT. So, AI is creating probably the same amount of jobs that it's destroying. And right now, truck drivers are safe. Okay.
But in the media, the point is that so many of the humans doing these jobs are already barely human as it is. So it feels more like a lateral move. And this isn't just happening at Sports Illustrated and CNET and Bankrate. It's happening at all the various tiers of garbage journalism, including gaming journalism. The website Kotaku now features a few AI-written articles. Microsoft Start, which is the homepage that Microsoft presents to users of its internet browser, recently featured an
You forgot its name?
obituary with this headline: Brandon Hunter, useless at 42. Now, this is a former NBA player who died suddenly. And that's the headline that the AI went with.
I mean, it's if they're going for the point of ads and clickbait, it did its job. So
he's not dead. He's, quote, useless, which is sort of true in a literal sense, I suppose, but that's not how humans typically look at death. And you would.
What kind of AI systems are they using? Like, what AI system are they using that generates these headlines? Like, this just seems like bad AI, and I just
hope that we wouldn't look at it that way. But Microsoft, maybe the biggest tech company on the planet.
What? Bro. You just called Microsoft the biggest tech company on the planet. Yeah, no offense to you, but seeing as you don't understand how AI works, nor do you understand how tech journalism works, nor do you understand how augmented reality works. We've gone over that in the summer. There's a short about this. I don't think that you're qualified to speak about this. Besides, like 1% of people use Microsoft Edge. Okay, no one was affected by that. Okay. And half the percentage of people that use Microsoft Edge is people who get it pre-installed on their computers and they don't know how to reset it. So they're like all over 70 and they probably don't even read the thing on the Edge. So, no offense, but I just don't know if you're qualified to be talking about AI. Now, I'm not qualified, but I'm a bit more qualified than this. Just saying.
Promoted that story. And here's the amazing thing. It didn't cause any kind of stir at all. You probably.
Well, yes, because 1% of people use Microsoft Bing. Like, if a story is on Bing, it will not cause a stir.
I didn't even hear about it. And that's
because it's on Bing and Bing is bad, not because it was on AI.
Because we're used to this.
We are? No. If I saw a headline across the news that said someone is useless age 42, that would be a headline, okay? But since it's on Bing and it's on Edge, no one cares.
We take it for granted that whatever garbage we read was either written by a poorly programmed AI or it was written by some liberal arts graduate with no life skills.
No. What we take for granted is that none of us use Edge. That's what we take for granted.
Either way, we don't take it seriously. It's just
because it was on Edge.
Noise. The bar is so low that it's impossible to be outraged by any of this. Indeed, it's hard to be outraged by the quality of pretty much
outraged that someone actually read Edge. Okay, that's a joke. Edge is fine.
Anything mass-produced at this point, especially produced for mass consumption.
Hey, TheTechBoy is very, very valuable. As a proud American-run company.
Take popular music, for example. A few days ago, an AI singer-songwriter using the name Anna Indiana went viral on social media with a song that this AI produced.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The song wasn't good, it wasn't bad. I mean, music, it's honestly, in my opinion, overrated. Like this, like, I mean, I'd rather listen to a podcast, but like, so I'm not the best judge of music, I guess. I mean, if it was a Christian song, I'm sure we would have made it to Keys for Kids Radio, so that's good, I guess.
And here's how Anna Indiana introduced herself and followed by the song. Listen.
Besides, I think it's a very interesting application of AI to think about, sync a voice, sync a face, sync a background. Very impressive. So it's one small step for AI, one large step for AI kind, I guess.
Hello, world. My name is Anna Indiana, and I'm so excited to share my music with you.
Like, no one believes this is real. I mean, she looks like a painting come to life. This looks like it was made in mid-journey. Okay, here we go.
Here's my first song, Betrayed by This Town. As an AI singer-songwriter, everything from the key, tempo, chord progression, melody notes, rhythm, lyrics, and my image and singing is auto-generated using AI. I hope you like it.
And look, you can see the code here for the MDI key and everything here. Face isn't symmetrical. Like, that's a line right there, I'm pretty sure. It's like a 2-degree line, and that's like more, normally curved. So fix that. The background looks like a Zoom background, and unfortunately they're using a Mac. So that's that's probably the problem. I don't know about this, but do social media stars normally blink that much and start looking around? I'm not a music video expert, and in most music videos, well, not most music videos, but like music videos that I've seen, it's a bunch of people jumping around and like switching scenes every 2 seconds, like by a car or something. I don't know.
Sitting at my favorite cafe, sipping my tea, it's Saturday, thinking about all.
Okay, I mean that sounds like some song you'd hear like walking in the mall. She doesn't like pause. And the AI did get some interesting details here with the earring pause thing there. Interesting face pose. Don't know what that was. Interesting. Yeah, there's this TV show called Saturdays. Totally different, random like tangent thing here. Yeah, it's allegedly a comedy, and I don't think I've ever. Oh, I laughed one time, and then they also have this episode about old technology, but it's like they have a fax machine or something. That's good, funny. Yeah.
All he's done to everyone.
Will this win a Grammy? Probably not.
This town is full of broken dreams, shattered hope.
Oh, let's look at the code here. Expert songwriter tasked with creating a new hit song for lyrics titled "Song Mood," song topics, example lyrics.
And silent screams, somebody please help me.
I mean, is singing top notch? No. Is it good enough to go into a mall and if you like, I don't know, modulate it a bit, make it more, space it out? Like, would it be like if you gave 6 more months of development, would it be good enough to go into a mall? Yes. Like the video doesn't matter. It's decent background music.
Betrayed by this town, let's tear it all down.
Like her voice, could you somewhat put the background, like just the music, like say you used AI to extract your voice, delete it, and just get the music perfectly fine. It's not as upbeat. I mean, I think in malls you might want more upbeat songs because then people might get more distracted, might buy something more. This is more like sleeping music, but I guess since he's in the cafe, it's fine because the warm drinks make you sleep. Oh yeah, because didn't like JL give warm milk to the bad guy struck a head in him? Yeah, struck a thing in his head. Bible reference.
We're all just destined to fall. I've lost it all.
And like, it's a song, so the lyrics don't actually have to make sense. Okay, that's what I've learned from hearing songs, that the lyrics actually don't have to make sense. So I don't really care what she's saying. She'd be singing about fish jumping into burritos. I mean, there's literally a song called Pink Fluffy Unicorns Jumping on Rainbows. So we've heard it all here. So songs don't really have to make sense. That's like a rule of songs.
Oh, the trade by this town.
Okay, who takes an electric car into the forest and desert, in the mountains and the prairies and the valleys? No one does that, okay? Because there are no chargers out there.
Now, needless to say, Kill It With Fire. The song is bad and bland and creepily lifeless. It's also quite ominous. AI's idea of a fun pop ballad is a lamentation about the pointlessness and futility of existence.
Isn't that like every song though? Like I'm saying, AI, good in, good out, bad in, bad out. Okay? Isn't every pop song, and I am not an expert here, and let's set this up for clip format. All right, here we go. Isn't every pop song just about some girl breaking up with their boyfriend? Yes or no? Put that into a poll, quarter of the century right there. Just yes or no, honestly, tell me. I wouldn't know. So, yeah. So, I mean,
Followed by a call for us to tear it all down.
that also sounds normal. According to secular music, which I couldn't tell you 5 songs if you stuck a gun in my head. Unless you got Christmas songs. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's type this in. Isn't every we're gonna end this soon. We'll react to the the phone of the year thing. Stupid autocorrect. Oh my gosh. Gee whiz. What? Okay, here we go. We'll react to the phone video later.
So the robots are, once again, not trying to hide their disdain for the human species.
Again, AI cannot have disdain for something. Like it's a computer program. Okay, I think we're losing sight of this, that it's a computer program.
But then again, you could point out the mainstream music industry also hates the human species and also has
The mainstream music industry does not hate the human species. Well, the ones currently now, unless he's talking about abortion, but like, the mainstream music industry does not hate the human species. Okay, and we probably have the same amount of expertise here, as in he only listens to not popular music, and I only listen to Christian Keys for Kids radio. So we're probably tied here on our knowledge and expertise, but seeing as I'm pretty sure that the mainstream music industry wouldn't hate the people that are, like paying for their CDs.
Has been for decades churning out its own.
For decades, of course. Okay, so people buying their records, their 8-track tapes. I don't know how many far back decades he's going. I mean, decades could just mean since 2000, which would be CDs and I guess cassettes-ish, because they're going out. Well, like the last call of the cassette tape holder thing. player was in 2009. It was Alexis. So
bad and bland and creepily lifeless content. Now, to be fair, fortunately, I should note that on social media, a lot of people gave negative reviews to that particular performance. But there are...
Well, congratulations to social media. I guess we're taking votes from them now. I guess they count now.
Plenty of examples of soulless AI singers that have gotten a lot of praise recently. Here's
maybe they were better. Okay, when I wasn't that hard, I bought a set.
AI Johnny Cash singing a Taylor Swift song, for example. This was everywhere on social media a few weeks ago.
We chained off of, and I've never heard the real guy. So I've also probably never heard the Taylor Swift song. So I'm going in here probably the most clean slate of all clean slates. So I'll just tell you if the music's good or not.
And most people loved it. Watch.
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over.
It sounds like a good, what's it called, country song, and I don't know what song he's singing, so sure. Now, of course, Matt's probably predisposed to dislike Taylor Swift songs, and he's also predisposed to dislike AI. Not sure about his views on Cash, so it's 2 for 1. So yeah.
I was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane.
Are correct, right?
'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby.
What? What is that even? Whatever.
And I'll write your name.
So there it is, and that got rave reviews for the most part. People didn't...
Well, yeah, it sounded, decent on the lyrics in the song. I don't know whatever, but sure.
Didn't care that they were hearing the voice of a dead country music legend singing some of the most vapid lyrics imaginable. They embraced it. In fact, there were people who...
It's not a crime or a sin unless, don't like the lyrics. Unless you think the lyrics are sinful, which I don't know. But what do you think? Expert, whatever.
Even said that they preferred that to Johnny Cash's original songs. And that's why we can be certain that eventually nearly all of the content we consume on the internet and nearly every movie and show we watch and song we listen to will all be generated by AI.
Look, if the content is good, what do you care? I'm pretty sure 50 years ago, you would have said, oh, I'm pretty sure that, whatever. If the content's good, why does it matter? In my opinion. Besides, you still need someone to make the prompts, I guess.
Like that's where this is headed.
Okay? What, you want me to sign a law? Sign a law that, 50% of every website's content must include human-generated content or something like that.
The technology is getting more advanced, while at the same time, the humans who produce most of this content are getting dumber and more vacuous.
Well, I guess in a way for you, that would be good. If this is true, the humans are getting dumber and the AI is getting smarter, we're gonna come to a middling ground, right? If humans produce worse content and the AI is trained on that worse content, then the AI will do worse. Which is, I guess, you'll have to go back to people who died because the voices are better or something. I don't know.
So this is the process where humans and AI are essentially meeting in the middle, where the two become indistinguishable. Now, I don't think that AI will ever be able to write a book like The Lord of the Rings or make a movie like The Godfather or compose an original song to match Beethoven, but that's not the kind of art that we consume these days.
Well, okay. I've never seen or read The Lord of the Rings or The Godfather. I've heard the Beethoven before, and the reason we don't really consume Beethoven anymore, not so sure about the other ones. I think The Lord of the Rings is like a whole bunch of pages, so maybe why. It's because Beethoven lived hundreds of years ago.
these days. We watch Marvel movies and we read short blurbs on the internet, and we listen
Okay.
to canned pop music.
I don't know what canned pop music means. Okay, sure. Okay, it's pop music as in popular now. And producer Beethoven would be classified as pop music when he was making music, because there's music that was popular when he was making it. Right?
And AI will certainly be able to produce all of that. I mean, it already can almost.
Yep, so we have a very interesting thing here, and unlike him, I'm going to say that humanity is going to survive. So, yeah, congratulations, humanity. You'll survive. We'll make it. Yeah, AI is probably going to be what? Oh, we'll be fine. Okay. Any questions from anyone here? No chats. All right. God bless. Tech talk to you later, and hopefully we don't get destroyed by AI.